MotorWeek is made possible by Auto Value and Bumper to Bumper and TireRack.com.
So say you're driving down the highway and you just hit that nasty pothole, or you've taken a turn just a little too sharp and you want to know how you can get it repaired. Well, I'm here with Sam from Rim Renew, and he's going to walk us through that process today. Sam, thank you for joining us.
Thanks for having me.
So say I do hit that pothole and my tire is losing pressure. What is the process of evaluating a wheel?
Sure. First thing we do is we decipher whether or not the wheel is repairable or not. If the wheel is bent, we'll take a look at how it's bent, where it's bent, and we'll tell you, hey, that is repairable, or maybe it's too far gone. If the wheel is cracked, that is also something that is repairable, as long as it's not too badly cracked.
Okay.
Once we make those determinations, we've got wheel straightening machines, we've got welders, and we can make the wheel round again and weld back together the wheel to make it airtight. If we're doing a la carte, you bring me a bent wheel, we can just straighten it, remount and balance the tire, and you're gone in a couple hours. If the wheel's cracked, it's about the same. Or if we're doing full refinishing with a bent and a cracked wheel, now we're throwing the kitchen sink at it, we're fully remanufacturing the wheel. Typically speaking, longest time frame for our shop is about 3 days if we're doing all 4 wheels on the car and all of them have damage to one extent or another.
Okay. And is there a point where a wheel is not repairable anymore?
If the wheel's bent in a certain way, it might not be repairable. If it's bent through the spokes, it's called bent from center or bent from the hub. That's a tough fix. Sometimes we can do it in terms of being cracked. Industry standard is no more than 2 welds in any one wheel. Beyond that, you should really replace the wheel.
Okay, all right. And say I have a wheel that maybe I curb rashed. What would the process look like in repairing something like that?
One way is to sand out the damage and paint and blend the paint back together. Or what we do in our shop is powder coat the wheels, and that's an all-over process to make the wheel either remanufactured or look as good as new as possible.
So say someone does need the full restoration, what does that process look like in its entirety?
Well, internally in our shop, what that looks like is first step would be at the straightening machine, where the wheel gets straightened out back to 20 thousandths of an inch of a perfect circle all the way around. That is industry spec. Next step would be welding. If the wheel is cracked and needs to be welded, it's TIG welded. And then the third step would be stripping the wheel and sending the wheel to the powder coat room, where it will get a full new finish on it in whatever color finish the customer chooses to switch to, or back to its original finish.
Okay. And this doesn't always apply to just factory wheels. It can be aftermarket, correct?
Absolutely.
Okay. Well, Sam, thank you so much for all that information. Absolutely. And if you have a question or comment, reach out to us right here at MotorWeek.
The MotorWeek app, which includes our latest reviews and feature stories, is now available for mobile devices.